Hey guys, it's Zero here. I'm bringing back the vlog style real quick because I wanted to get these feelings out here, and I didn't want to make it a big editing job for me. So, yes, as the title says, I just saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Short spoiler-free review. It's awesome. Go check it out. If you like Ghostbusters, you'll probably really like the movie. It has an even level of referential, but it doesn't go overboard, which is good because the previous movie, Afterlife, what I felt was the same. And I guess quick review. I really liked Afterlife. It was a really emotional film, as Bill Murray put it. So it made a lot of people cry. So I guess that means it's a good comedy. So it's still a good comedy elements and whatnot. But going forward, I'm just going to talk about a few things. I'm going to try to keep this brief. I don't want to make this a long video. But I really liked Frozen Empire. I think it used the references sparingly. And I don't want to just talk about like a ton of moments too much because I want people to still experience it. I know it's been out for a few weeks and I'm late to the punch on this one, but it's a really fun movie. It had perfect action. The opening scene with them chasing the like sewer dragon thing, that was a really fun scene. I think that was great. I think it's great that what's his name is now the mayor, Peck. He's still up to his old ways, trying to shut down the Ghostbusters, even though they saved the city multiple times. This one takes place in New York. And I love that the movie actually opens with a look at 1904, so about 120 years ago, where some firefighters discovered a room of people all frozen over, and it was because of this item that we found out the fire master was holding. So, so cut to New York. They're catching that sewer dragon. They go to deposit it, and they notice that it's really hard to deposit a ghost into the chamber. As it turns out, it's filling up. So one of the key parts of the movie is trying to find a way around that. Luckily, Winston, who is now funding all of the Ghostbusters stuff, has a plan. They have like a lab where they test things, where they make new equipment, stuff like that. One of the main threads of the story is I think her name's Phoebe, the girl Spangler. She's a minor, and so the big thing is the mayor doesn't want her working as a Ghostbuster because it counts as child labor. And so she's basically benched for most of the movie, unfortunately. But her whole arc with the ghost lady Melody is one of the main arcs of the story, and it all comes to a head near the end. You've got Paul Rudd back, who is kind of playing the father figure, but he's kind of awkward about it. He's not sure where he actually sits with the family. They're all living in the firehouse, by the way. And so I am going to miss things too, guys. This is just off the cuff. I just watched the movie, but also that's fine because I don't want there to be too many spoilers. But yeah, Podcast, the kid from the last movie, is working with Ray. And Ray's sort of doing his own YouTube, his own YouTube show about possession and stuff. And of course he has to he says to comment and subscribe, like and subscribe at the start of it, which I think is funny. And their gimmick is if somebody brings a possessed item and the PKE meter doesn't detect anything, they smash it with a hammer. Podcast smashes it with a hammer. He's like, what? People like it when I smash things with a hammer. It's like, you're not wrong. There's a part of YouTube that really likes that. But yeah, but getting into the nitty gritty of the film, it's you've got little things like what's the kid from, what is he from, Game of Thrones or something? Kid from Stranger Things is now 18, and he's got a whole side thing with trying to get Slimer and trying to being allowed to drive the car again. It seems like the characters have really moved into this idea of being Ghostbusters, which I think is cool. The old cast is still here, but they're used sparingly. I think Ray gets the most screen time because he's needed for that. Patton Oswalt's in this movie too, again. So he plays a much bigger part. One of the things that I really thought was cool is they busted out one of those old wax audio cylinder recording things. I can't remember the name of them, but they needed that to get the chant to get the information of the chant of how this the villain of this film, which I can't recall the name off the top of my head, but he's badass, man. Like he's big, and he's the one who has the ability to freeze things. And they go over the origins about how he was a god that was being used by by a king, and then the king suspected he was trying to overthrow him, so he had his horns removed, and then eventually the fire masters, who could control fire, trapped him in a brass orb. And there's actually a character in this who is descendant of one of the fire masters, who ends up becoming a fire master. He's kind of a squirrely kind of guy. He's just trying to find a way to make money in this life. So he's kind of a squirrely character, but he gets to become like he grows into becoming the fire master. And so I think with all the stuff with this, Bill Murray was used very sparingly. He doesn't really do much. I think he fired a proton pack once. He shows up in the middle of the film for part of the Fire Master thing, and then near the end, he just shows up in uniform like he's already ready to go, which I think was interesting. But and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh well, they already passed the torch. Why are the old Ghostbusters getting involved? It's like, well, I don't mind that, because it's okay to have these characters return as long as they're not the focus. And they really weren't the focus of the film. I said Ray maybe most of the time, but it really wasn't about the old Ghostbusters. It was really about the new ones, especially Phoebe and Paul Rudd's character. Those are the two, I think, who got the most growth in this. All in all, it's a solid, fun movie. Lots of action, lots of comedy. This one's a lot funnier than Afterlife. I think Afterlife, they were trying to like pay tribute more, and it did have comedy, but this one I think is much more of a comedy. It's got a better blend of action and comedy, and I actually think I like this better than Afterlife. Afterlife is good, but I think this is way better. This is your typical Ghostbusters film. It's something that, and thank God it's not about Gozer. Gozer's gone, which I'm like, great. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to stop focusing on Gozer. It's a new villain, and it makes me interested to see more. I also need to finish the Ghostbusters video game, which many consider Ghostbusters 3. But this one's very high for me right now. We'll see how things change as time goes on. I do want to see the behind the scenes for this and get maybe a Blu-ray release. But as of right now, really like Frozen Empire. I can't recommend it enough. Whether you're a Ghostbusters fan or a fan of like comedy and action films, you got to see this one. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. I have new content coming out. I do want to do a movie recap of movies I saw last year that I didn't do reviews on, so check out for that. And also check out the new game reviews and stuff as they come. I'm working on content here and there. The reason I'm doing this vlog style is because I don't have time to do a full edited video for this because I have so many other projects on the works. Plus Anime North is coming up and I have stuff to work on for that. So, but I wanted to get my feelings out to let you guys know what's going on. I may extend these feelings on a podcast at some point. I'm not sure. But these are my initial thoughts of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Really good movie. If I had to give it a score, I'd probably give this one an 8.5 out of 10. A soft 8 to, or a soft 9 to a hard 8 is basically, I would say. That's why I say 8.5 out of 10. It was fantastic. I didn't have any problems with the film at all. I wasn't ever thinking that there was an issue. The only reason I'm rating it an 8.5 instead of a 9 or a 10 is because I don't think any film is perfect. Well, unless you're Miami Connection, but or Empire Strikes Back, but that's besides the point. This is a great follow-up. Like I said, this probably could be a 9, but I'm saying 8.5 because I want to let it see how it sits with me for a bit. I don't want to say it's a 9 right at the bat. I want it to sit with me for a bit. So we'll say 8.5 out of 10 if you want to see it. So anyways, guys, look forward to the new content coming out. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy other videos. As podcasts would say, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Smash that like button. Smash it. And I'll see you guys hopefully with more content soon. See you later.
It's what I call a vape, boys. Are you ready for the next vape? Come on, boys, you can do better than that. 3, 2, 1, vape! Vape for grandma!